Quick shout out to my patrons. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible, so thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hey y'all, it's Kay from the Apothecary, and today I'm coming to you actually from the floor at my library because I have something really exciting. So if y'all might remember, last year I did the Sisterhood of the Traveling Book Box. Well, we're back again. We've got a new group of booktubers doing this. This box is only fantasy and science fiction. There's some booktubers here that were on the last round and some new ones, some really great ones. And I just got the box from Joanna. And so, you know, if you've seen it before, you know that a bunch of us, there's about 10 books in the box. It goes around to 10 of us. We take out what we want, we put back in what we need, and then it ends up back at Josephine. And this box has been through the ringer, y'all. It is so beat up, and it's taken 2 trips to get to me. So Joanna sent it once, and apparently it was like before I have officially moved, and it got, somehow the mail got confused and it sent it back to Joanna. So then Joanna sent it back to me. It finally got here to me. And I just opened it. I haven't gone through it at all. I've just looked at the books on top, and I can't wait to show you all what's in here and to figure out what I'm going to take out. I already know what I want to put back in, which limits me to just 2 books, and we'll see if I can stick to that, because if you've seen my recent bookshelf tour, if you haven't, there's a link down in the description below. I have a ton of books that I still need to read, and so I need to limit myself here because it has to be done. So I have 2 books already picked out that I'm going to put in. And in just a minute, I'll talk about who gets this box next. So let's just dig right in. First up, we have The Ruin of Kings by Jen Lyons. And I've heard such fantastic things about this book. This one is a possible maybe. I've heard nothing but great things about this book. I haven't heard one bad thing about this from people that have read it. So this definitely goes in the maybe pile. Next up we have, Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. Now this book I can't wait to read, but I already own it, so I'm going to save this one for someone else. But look at that cover. It just looks like so much fun, and a great pick for someone during Pride Month if they get this by the end of June. Next up we have Cory Doctorow, Radicalized. This looks interesting. This is science fiction. Cory Doctorow is one of our most important science fiction writers because he's also a public intellectual. In the old style, he brings the news and explains it. A CBC Best Canadian Fiction of 2019. 4 Tales of Our Present Moment. I'll put that, I think I'll save that for someone else. Next up, Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. This is another book that I've been dying to read, but I already own it, so I'm going to save that one for someone else too. Next up we have, A Declaration of the Rights of Magicians by H.B.G. Perry. I've really been wanting to read this book and I don't own it yet. So this one is definitely going into the maybe pile. Next up we have, a hardcover by Daniel Abram, Age of Ash. I know Alan at Library of Alexandria absolutely loves Daniel Abram. A lot of people really, really like this book. So this one is going into the maybe because I've heard some great things, but he's also an author that not a lot of people talk about. So this one could be right up my alley. Next up, we have Blackwing by Ed McDonald. I love this cover. One of the best books of the year. This looks interesting. The Raven's Mark, Book 1. Only 3 kinds of people willingly enter the misery. The desperate, the stupid, and the greedy. The misery is a wasteland, a dangerous, corrupted frontier between the Republic and the Deep Kings. This sounds interesting, but it sounds like maybe it'd be a little bit too dark for me at the moment. So I'm going to save this one for someone else. Next up, we have Siri from the Green by Lauren Jankowski. I feel like I've heard this name before. I love this color. I love a book with different colors on it. The colors just grab me. There is a race that lives among humans, unbeknownst to them, called shapeshifters. Ooh, this sounds like it's some paranormal sci-fi. Those that can shift from human to animal at will. Many project the innocent on earth and act as the eyes and ears of the guardians, divine beings similar to gods in ancient myths. Isis is a woman who lives a normal life until the day she photographs a murder scene for her job. When the body disappears from her photographs, Isis is determined to solve the mystery. Her investigation uncovers answers about her own past and sets her on a journey that will change her life forever. Okay, this one sounds really interesting. I'm going to put that in the maybe pile also. Next up, we have Green Rider by Christian Britton. I have a feeling Josephine put this one in. I have already owned this and I have already loved it and read it and loved it. So I will save this one for someone else. And then the last book we have in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 8, 9. Wow. This time around we actually have 10 books in a box. Last time we had way more and I was so confused. So the last one up is The 1,000 Deaths of Arthur Ben by Tyler Whitesides. This is a giant book, y'all. This, I believe, from my very, very bad memory, I think this is a dragon poop book that everyone referred it to as. I did not hear such great things about this book from my friends, so I'm going to save this one for someone else that might appreciate it a little bit more. So that leaves me with 4 books to choose from. The Ruin of Kings, A Declaration of the Rights of Magicians, Age of Ash, and Siri from the Green. Which ones do I want? I feel like Ruin of the Kings, while I think I would absolutely love this one, I can get this one a different time. So I'm going to leave that one. This is so hard, y'all. I'm going to take Sari from the Green because this sounds really interesting and something that I would not pick up on my own. Two left, y'all. 2 left to choose from. Age of Ash or A Declaration of the Rights of Magicians. Let me see something here. I think I have the audiobook for this one. Or maybe that was a different book that I was thinking of. Might have been a different book that has a similar title. There we go. Oh, it's on my wish list. Okay. So that doesn't help narrow it down at all. Y'all, this is so hard. Okay, I'm gonna peruse my shelves and see. Let me think about this for a second and I'll be back. Okay, so I've decided that I can't choose between these two. So I'm going to take them both, and I found another book to add to the box. So that's 3 for me, which is not bad considering the last time I did this, I took 5 books. 3 is not bad, even though I only told myself I was going to do 2. That's not bad. So Sari from the Green, A Declaration of the Rights of Magicians, and Age of Ash by Daniel Abraham. I can't wait to read all of these. I'm so excited. So this box of books next goes to Jimmy Nuts, and I will link his channel down in the description below. If you haven't already subscribed to Jimmy, you need to subscribe to him because his content is absolutely great. So what I did, Jimmy and my reading tastes are probably a little bit different than each other's. So I kind of stalked him a little bit on Goodreads and looked at books that he had marked as 5-star reads, books that he absolutely loved. And then I went and did a Google search for books that were similar to that and found books that he has marked on his Goodreads as want to read that matched up with all of that search. Plus this random book so let me first get to the book that I just decided to throw in there, which doesn't fit under that whole description, but I think some people along the line as this book, the box goes along, will still really enjoy it, and that is The Ember Blade by Chris Wooding. I enjoyed this ride, but it was too long for me. This was originally on my books that I was selling online, but I've decided to donate it to the traveling box of books. This has really great world building in it. So for anyone that wants good world building, this would be a great book for that. And then the other two books that I had already decided I was sending Jimmy, you're lucky. I went and purchased these just for you. So I hope that you pick these. Last time I did this, I picked books out of my own books just for Evie, and Evie didn't pick a single one. But tons of other people picked the books and really enjoyed it. So the first book that I chose for Jimmy is Shadow and Claw by Gene Wolfe. This is a science fiction short stories, I think. Volumes 1 and 2 of the Nebulas and World Fantasy. Book 1 of the book of The New Sun. I've heard really great things about this. This has been making recent rounds on BookTube, so I've heard great things about it. Gene Wolfe is like legend in the writing world, and I really think that Jimmy would enjoy this one. And then the next book, the other book that I chose for Jimmy is The Justice of Kings by Richard Swan. This, I know Alan at the Library of Alexandria has really, really enjoyed this, so I hope that Jimmy will too. And, you know, it has one of those cool Google lenses on there, so if y'all have at least a hardcover copy, make sure you do the Google lens because those things are so cool. So now these books will be boxed up and sent on to Jimmy Nuts, and then Jimmy will decide what he wants and send on to the next person, and so on and so on. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed these. These are so much fun to do, and then at the end, everyone will put their videos up all at once. There will be a link to the playlist down below, so you can follow the box along on its journeys and see who all gets these books. That's it for now. As always, my Patreon and my Discord information will be in the description below. There's no pressure to join either, but we have a ton of fun at both. Keep reading, and I love you all to the moon and back. Bye.